So most people are going to miss the next wave of AI profits because they're stuck on chasing yesterday's winners. While they're distracted, a lot of smart money, including BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, are investing in this little known AI stock that potentially could explode, but this traction has got to be value based. And Big Bear AI isn't just another stock, it's built for military, defense. The enterprise AI dominance that we're seeing with the company is big, working with US governments on AI driven intelligence. And Big Bear AI is definitely at the center of it. I've seen it going through the airports. They got contracts with Pentagon, Lockheed Martin, and Boeing. So let's make sure that we check this out. And is it at a discount before it potentially goes up? Last time these AI stocks ran, early investors saw 500%, 1,000%, or 5,000% returns. It's only for those that basically got in before some of the headlines. I'm not saying that this is like FOMO, it's your last chance to miss out or anything like that, but I just ran some of the numbers on Big Bear AI's future potential, and what I found has surprised. So let's take a look here, Big Bear AI. So today we were trading SoundHound and CTM stock. We closed about $500 profit on CTM. You can see it's up 15% today. And then SoundHound, we entered as well in our market live session. We basically saw this pattern start to develop, this left to right, and we bought here at the support, sold at, or not sold, but we're still in it, $450 profit here on Sound for the day. It's about $900 profit here on these two trades alone. Some of the markets recovered a little bit. SPY's up. So let's take a look into this Big Bear AI stock that a lot of us have been following pretty closely. So Big Bear AI, if we jump in to the ticker, it's up today about 2.83%. Start to see a little bit of a recovery, and it looks like maybe it could fill some of the value that it left yesterday. The overall trends are things we're going to want to look at here with Big Bear, because we have this overall trend recently and it's kind of down. You can see from this top here at $10 is where it was at. You can see this resistance still trying to push up above this resistance. And if it does, that could be a reversal and more of a bullish momentum play. But you can also see this resistance here and that resistance and then this support, and actually a lot of the trend is kind of pointing downwards. Do you guys see that? So it almost looks like it could sell back down to $3.84 if it doesn't break out here. That's one way to look at this stock. The other way to look at it outside of that downtrend is the overall trend. And the overall trend, if we kind of go back to how this thing has been behaving, basically we started covering it in November. Since then, it's pushed up and it's been very consistent. And so this recent rally that it had to $10, it's sold off and now it's right back at the support. And this is a support that it's been consistently finding on this uptrend. And it would make a lot of sense that this is where it bounces. Will it bounce here? We're not 100% sure, but based on how things look here in the slightly longer term, it could make a lot of sense. Also, if we drop down on the time frame a little bit, you kind of see this trend, how consistent it is, and where it is now. The RSI and the MACD are looking pretty oversold, so a bounce here could potentially be imminent. It's still below, it broke below this 200-day moving average, which does indicate it's bearish. And also, again, it's below that resistance. And the EMA, that blue line, oftentimes acts as a resistance in a bear market or a support in a bull market. As you can see, that blue line right now, it's acting as a resistance. And so we're going to see if it breaks up above it. This is something that would continue its overall trend. Okay, so we see that it's been very consistent. Now it's sold back down. It's a healthy move for Big Bear AI. Let's see what's next. So BBAI stock. One thing to consider is that this is a company that has a lot of institutional investors and is very deep in the government. We were just talking about it in our live session in Stockmate just a few days ago, where we were saying Big Bear AI isn't just some company that's in government. They are posting earnings here, projected to post earnings on next Thursday. You can see that next Thursday. And if they beat this and they continue to grow, not only would they continue to beat the market as they have, the S&P 500, but we could see them soar to new levels of, let's say, $10 or $12. So you see this consistency. You start to see, all right, it's maybe not a pump and dump. People are saying that back here, sold off. It's at $5.27. We know that it could sell back down to this $4.50 range, possibly. But what looks more likely is that we're going to see a reversal coming soon. Now, again, it still has some room to run. It's still below that moving average, so we'll be looking for an opportunity. The earnings show that year over year, they're seeing an improvement for the most part. Take a look at their revenue, 3% year over year in that quarter in June. And then last quarter, they're up 22%. Their net income still negative at negative 12 million. So they're still figuring that out. They made 41 million though in that same quarter, but it seems that they're spending a good amount. They're spending a good amount. I mean, if they're making $41 million in that quarter, but their negative income is still 12 million and they focus on software, they're spending 50 million. Where are they spending that 50 million? We'd have to look even more into their financials. We know that they recently are deploying into Denver International Airport for the scanning of the face technology where you just walk through the airport. How many of you guys have seen that? Heathrow Airport as well. And then they also got some big contracts, including the Army contract, $160 million contract, and they got their new CEO. This is where things get interesting. They got this IDIQ. It's a 10-year on-demand government contract. And it looks like they just have this new Department of Defense contract. I don't know if this was released recently. Let's take a look at the dates on this. So this was this month, recently announced, Department of Defense and Artificial Intelligence Office to advance Big Bear's virtual anticipation network. So they like to specialize in processing large amounts of data through their AI that can then come up with predictive analysis on where things are going, whether it's threats, whether it's profiles, whether it's geopolitical challenges. These are things that you can leverage using AI. And they say, we are honored to continue support in the modernization of our nation's defense efforts. The award underscores the importance of leveraging, so the award meaning the contract that they just got, underscores the importance of leveraging cutting-edge AI technologies to address complicated geopolitical challenges, the President of National Security at Big Bear AI. So we know that these contracts are pretty common. Department of Defense, they're working with the Pentagon. They also got an upcoming healthcare contracts they have, but also an event that they're going to be at. And they're also doing point of sale contact with facial recognition matching technology. So they're kind of big on the Big Bear / Big Brother type of. I don't know. You guys know Big Brother. It's like a 1984 book, I believe, and they talk about how like everything is recorded and everything is seen by the government, and they listen to you, they see you, they hear you, they know everything you're doing. Yeah, it's like a little scary. Like, yeah, it's happening right now. Some of the companies that you would see benefit from more of a direction of monitoring security in the US, from Border Patrol to Homeland Security, would be this company, Big Bear AI. Their new CEO, Kevin McAleenan, is his name, McAleenan. He was commissioner of the US Customs and Border Protection, and he was focused on counterterrorism and border security and immigration enforcement. And he had 2 decades in that career. So the demand for differentiated artificial intelligence solutions to provide strategic advantage in government and business is strong. And the combination of recent technological achievements and strategic contract awards have positioned Big Bear AI as a leading AI solutions provider focused on national security imperatives. So this is something that we see, that they're a very well-connected company in a lot of the government, in a lot of commercial as well. And their earnings are going to be very exciting to see next Thursday. If we have some positive earnings, I think that could potentially impact some of the direction. It's coming at a very good time. So if we see some of the, like for example, what was it that they made $11 million or 40 million? They made 40 million. They got that $60 million contract with, $160 million contract with Army. They also got some other contracts with Department of Defense recently. And we'll see if those put them in the positive. If they do, this consistent uptrend is likely to increase and stay consistent. Again, looking bearish right now, no indication of reversal, just anticipating a bounce. They're up 2.9% today. If we see a recovery here, next level to shoot up from, if they do break out, would be right here around 650. There's a previous support, previous resistance. That would be about 30%. You can also see here, there's a 50% potential reversal. So, or a 97% potential reversal if it continues in the direction that it's going. So we'll be watching Big Bear closely. If you guys would like to see us trade it live at market open on Monday, Stockmate's the second link in the description. You can see my entries and my exact exits Monday through Friday each day at market open. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.